Hello crocheters! In this video I'm going to give you a pattern tutorial to make the Champagne Toast Blanket, and for this blanket I've used a category 5 yarn, so you get these beautiful big bobble stitches that look just so dramatic and whimsical. So for this particular one I use the Premier bamboo chunky, which is the anti-pilling yarn. It is wonderfully soft. Now if you want more of a value yarn, I'm going to do the tutorial in the basics chunky, which is I believe $1 less per skein, and when you're making a large blanket that can add up. So if you're watching a budget, I always like to give you some budget options for your yarn choices. And then also, if you look, my border kind of frames the bubbles. Doesn't compete with it, but it gives you just a little bit more of a finished look than just a standard single or half double crochet simple border. But you do the border you like. So grab your pattern and follow along. I am using a 6mm hook for this pattern, which seems kind of small for a category 5, but I tried it with different sizes and the bubbles just did not look very attractive with the larger size hook, and I still get a nice drape with the 6mm, believe it or not. So let me pull it in my slip knot, and I'm going to chain 20 for the sample, but your chain amount for your different sizes is in your pattern. 5, 6, 7. Hello, yarn. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 stitches. Right now for row 1, I'm going to go into the 3rd chain from the hook and work a half double crochet across the row. So we've got row 1, chain 1, chain 2, chain 3. So it's that 3rd one I'm going to go into and work my half double crochet. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. This is a baby safe blanket, so if you want to make a baby blanket with it, there are no holes for the little fingers and toes to get stuck in. All right, so I finished my row. Since we skipped the first 2 stitches, your stitch count will now be the starting chain minus 2 stitches. So for this 20-inch chain, I now have 18 stitches. So I'm going to chain 2, and work in the 2nd chain from hook. So that chain 2 does count as a stitch. All right, so that was 1 stitch, this is 2. Keep working across the row. All right, so I'm at the end of the row, working in that last stitch, And then I'm going to add an extra half double crochet in that chain 2 turn space, which is right here. Then chain 2 and turn. I'll skip that first stitch, work 2 half double crochet, 1, 2, and then I'm going to work the bubble with a treble. So I yarn over twice, and I'm going to work 5 of these into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that's my treble crochet. Yarn over twice and do it 4 more times. Pull through 2, pull through 2, oops, split my yarn there, and pull through 2. Again, pull through 2. This yarn is splitting. I've worked this yarn once already. I think it got a little sensitive to splitting. 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. So there I've got 3, so I need 2 more. Whoops. And the last one. And it should be looking like that. And then 5 half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then another bubble cluster. So yarn over twice and work 5 trebles into the next stitch. There's 1. 2. 3. 4 and 5. Oops. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the last bubble cluster. So you'll see you have 3 stitches left. So we did 2 half double crochet here, and we're going to finish with 2 here. So this last, or third to the last, will be the last bubble stitch of this row. 1, 2. All right, so I've got the 2 stitches left, and I'm going to work my half double crochet in the last 2. Oh, I keep losing my yarn. There we go. There's one half double crochet, and then two, the top of that chain 2 stitch from the row before, or chain 2, yeah. And then the additional half double crochet into the side, that is that chain 1 space of the chain 2 stitch. Chain 2 and turn. Skip the first stitch, and here's that's going to create that chain 1 space. Skip that first stitch and work 2 half double crochet, 1, 2. Now 2 looks like it's going up into the bubble cluster, but it's not. It's still right here. It's going to feel a little bit tighter than the others. Then we're going to half double crochet 5 together to create that champagne bubble. Yarn over, go into the first, pick up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over next, pick up a loop, pull through 2, 3 loops on hook. Again, so we're going to do this through all 5 till we have 6 loops on the hook, and they're going to start slanting downwards, but they're still part of the bubble. There's 5 loops on hook, which means I have one more. It's this last one here. Yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and then I have my 6 loops on hook. Yarn over, keep that face down, hook down, the tip down, so that you can easily go through all of them. Do not chain 1. Yarn over and work your 5 half double crochet that goes between the bubbles. There's 1, here's 2, 3, 4, and 5. It looks like it's going up into the bubble, but it's not. It's still your half double crochet. Looks like this. You can see on the other side the bubbles popping up nicely. And we're going to do the half double crochet, cat hair, 5 together again. First stitch, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the second stitch, pull through 2, and so on. Third stitch, fourth stitch, and the 5th stitch will give us these 6 loops on the hook, like so. Yarn over, pull through all, do not chain 1, and go directly into making your 5 half double crochet that goes between the bubble. Here's 4. And it looks like so. Alright, so I finished my last bubble and I'm at the end of the row. And I'll have 2 stitches left. So I'm going to work 2 half double crochet into those stitches. And then the bonus half double crochet into that side chain from the chain 2 turn before. We're going to do that again, chain 2 and turn. Skip the first, and then just work half double crochet across. You have to kind of turn your work so that you can see where those, let me pull this out, so you can see where those stitches are, because the one from the bubble, of course, is going to look a little bit longer, but it's just 1 stitch. We changed, we did the half double crochet 5 together, so it created a single stitch at the top. Just work across like so. Let's see how big they are. Nice big bubbles. And you see, as you're working, you won't even need to refer back to your pattern because it's just going to be in your memory pretty quickly. All right, so I'm coming to the end of the row. And again, work that extra half double crochet into the turn chain space. Chain 2, turn, skip first, and work half double crochet across again. So this is row 6. And this will give us a nice space between our staggered cluster rows. Alright, so that's how you work the bubble stitches, and then you'll see your staggering instructions for your next row, which is row 7 and 8. And then next here in the video, I'll show you how I worked up the border. I've got the pattern linked in the description. Please give us a like if you're enjoying this type of content and this blanket tutorial. Helps the channel. Finish the row, and as always, we work that extra bonus stitch into the side. That is for balance. All right, so let's get started with the border on the Champagne Toast blanket. So the first thing I've done is make a single crochet all the way around, as just kind of as my setup, which is standard. And then I've got, if you look closely, I've got the 3 corner stitches here. Now for round 2, I'm going to just keep going. And I'm going to be doing half double crochet now. So switch from that single crochet setup, and that first stitch of the round will be half double crochet. You've been working a lot of those in the blanket, so this will be your old familiar, or if you're using this for a different blanket, you should be familiar with the half double crochet. So you yarn over, go into the stitch to pull up a loop, and then pull through all loops on hook, all 3. Now when you get to your corners at round 2, look at the following. So here's where I did the 3 single crochet into the corner stitch. Here's the top of the first stitch, top of the second, top of the third. I'm going to work in my half double crochet as follows, right? That's fine. Again, the top 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to work a half double crochet in the first of those 3. Chain 2. Skip the second stitch, skip over it, and then work the second corner half double crochet into that third. So you'll have 2 half double crochet and 2 chain 2 in your corner. And work down the side and do that to all of the 4 corners. Work a few stitches and I'll go back and we'll look at it. There's your corner with the space above it. All right, so I've made my last chain 2 corner space. Worked in that final stitch, and now I'm at the start of the round. So for this round, I am going to slip stitch. Sorry, my landscapers are here. Chain 1, and then start working post crochet. Now for this, you will need to be on the wrong side of your blanket if you have a wrong side. So the Champagne Toast blanket does have a wrong side. The champagne bubbles are on the opposite side, so I'm on the wrong side. I'm going to start working a single crochet front post stitch. Into the next, put the hook in, push the post forward, and pull up, and there's your stitch. Like so. So do that along the side, and I'll meet you at that first intersection corner. It's gonna look like this. All right, so now I'm coming to the corner. Let me show you how to work the corners for this blanket. So I'm gonna keep doing my front post single crochet. Then when I get to the corner, so it's the chain 2 corner, I'm going to work a half double crochet into it. Then the chain 2 again, and a second half double crochet, all into that same space. Then as I exit, I'll start working the front post single crochet again. All right, so let's look back at it. Finish by wrapping, working that front post single crochet on that last stitch that is going into the chain 2 space corner. Work a half double crochet, chain 2, another chain 2 space, so there's 2 there, and then an additional half double crochet, so that's going to be that corner increase. Then as you're coming out of that corner, you'll just go right back into the front post single crochet. All right, so I've finished the round. I have my last corner here. So I'm going to slip into that first stitch of the round, chain 1, and then we go back to the half double crochet. So in that same stitch, I'm going to start my half double crochet. Now, look for where you put your hook, because we want this to be pronounced up here. Look for the V. You might have to turn it a little bit so you can see the V. So here is the raised edge, and this row will really make it pop. So I'm finding the V right here. Get my hook in there and work the half double crochet. Next, I do a few stitches, and then we'll turn and look at our progress. And this will really make the nice frame for this pattern, the stitch with the champagne bubbles being framed nicely without competing with it, but I wanted something a little more bold than just a standard single crochet or a double crochet. So that's why there's a right side and a wrong side with this type of stitch. All right, and when I come up to the corner, I'm gonna work that with you. All right, so I'm coming up to a corner here. So I've got one more stitch, which is this one that's inside the corner from the last round. So make sure that I get that. I'm gonna just double check that I've got, where's that chain 2? These two, okay, so I have one more to work, the top of the stitch here. Squeeze it in there. And then I'm going to work 3 half double crochet into that chain 2 space so we don't have any buckling with our final round. And then as I exit the space, I'm going to find the top of that chain for this stitch, which is here. And then keep working. On the back side, or on the front, I should say, it looks like this. The very end of the round, and I've worked my 3 half double crochet into that chain 2 space, and all I have to do right here, my little row join, you can just go ahead and slip into that top of that stitch in the first round, and then you're done. Now if you would like, this is still on the wrong side, let me chain this, you can single crochet, or you can single crochet around or slip stitch around. And if you're making a larger size, so this is a baby's blanket, you might want to do an additional half double crochet round just so the blanket looks a little more balanced for those larger sizes. So just whatever your taste is, you can do that, and you won't lose that kind of framing effect of the decorative raised row. And if you like it just a little more simple, do it just as I've shown you for whichever size, but it's your blanket, you make it how you like it. I'm just giving you some ideas to play around with. And if you add a little more and you don't like it, pull it out. All right, thanks for watching. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.